Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on which time you are watching this video. I am Professor Ruben Ramos, and this is another asynchronous class on superhero comic books on nowadays society. On our last synchronous class, we've stopped here by MacLeod's page 32, and I'm gonna keep on going from here on. Well, ask a friend to draw you some shapes on a piece of paper. They should be closed curves, but otherwise can be as weird and irregular as he or she wants. Let's say the results look something like this. Now, you'll find that no matter what they look like, every single one of those shapes can be made into a face with one simple addition, like this. Your mind has no trouble at all converting such shapes into faces. Yet, would it ever mistake this for this? They're pretty different, right? We humans are a self-centered race. We see ourselves in everything. We assign identities and emotions where none exist. And I'll take a while, but I'll ask each and every one of you to take a closer look. We have three different examples here. We have an electrical outlet. We have the front of a car. And we have a can. I'm not sure if it's a soda can or food can or whatever. We don't have those formats specifically in Brazil. But nevertheless, I think we all can grasp the idea on what's behind MacLeod's thought over here in this page 33. Yeah, 32 and 33. When he says that we humans are a self-centered race and we see ourselves in everything, is because virtually, according to his opinion, every creation, development, design that we humans are responsible for has some sort or part of ourselves as a race in it. For instance, the electrical outlet. If you take a closer look here, you will have no trouble, in my opinion, to see this and resemble a face. For some of you, it might even look like a surprise face, because we can consider these two structural things as eyes and this as a mouth. Cars are a unique example on their own, because sometimes we may take a look into the front of a car, and sometimes we may take a look into the back of a car. And in both ways, depending on the car, the model, and the factory who is responsible for producing it, we are able to see and have a perspective that there is a face looking back towards us. Depending on the car, it looks like a smiley face. Depending on other cars, it looks like a frowny face. They are more, they look like they are kind of angry, nervous or something towards us. As incredible as this may sound. This one over here seems to be almost happy, almost smiling if you consider. Particularly, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to show you because it depends on the program here. There is a car which is being made available here in Brazil. I believe it is from Volkswagen, and it's called, yes, this one. It is Volkswagen Nivus, and I want you to take a real nice look on the back of the car. I've seen plenty of these cars here in Goiânia. Let me open. Yes, this is the Volkswagen Nivus. Let me see if I can have a nice, decent picture of the back of the car. This one over here. Guys, every time I see this car, the back of this car, like this is here, I don't know if it's gonna happen to you, but I can't, yes, that's what I'm looking for. Hold on. What's going on here? Just a second. Right. Let me see if I can enlarge the picture, but there seems to be a little technical difficulty. I'm so sorry for that. I'll try another website. Let's see this one over here. The image is being processed. Sorry about that, guys, but we are all exposed to technical difficulties, I guess. Come on, give me the back of the picture, please. Or the picture of the back, in this case. I'm so sorry. This is the front of the car, but I want the back. Yeah, we have everything but the back. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Ah, here. Alright, this one is even better than the first one. Guys, is it just me? And I'm not be the best judge on that one. You may all quote me later. But this looks to me, this resembles so much of Cyclops from X-Men Ray Beam Visor. I look to this Nivus car in any color, to the back of this car, and I see Cyclops optic beam visor looking back at me. Sometimes I even pray that he doesn't fire away because I'll have to deal with the blast. But I don't know, I can't avoid it, you know. I look at this and I see it's Cyclops optic beam visor over here. I don't know if that happens to you, but if you have opportunity later on today or throughout this week or the next couple of weeks, whatever, to see yourselves looking at the back, or to the back, I'm sorry, of Volkswagen Nivus in Goiânia, or any place where you are living nowadays. Take a closer look to it and see if is it just me, or if that sort of feeling and vision happens to you as well. To me, is unavoidable. That one I can assure you. It's Cyclops visor. It cannot be anything else. Alright, let's come back to the class. Hold on. Yeah, this is the one. Good. So, and the third one is a can. Normally in Brazil, like I was saying, we don't have that sort of can. But the regular cans, soda, beer, that sparkling water from Antarctica, I believe in Portuguese it's called água tônica. I don't know the name of that in English. But if you crack open each and every one of those particular cans that I've mentioned, take a look into it. It's almost impossible not to see an open mouth. Depending on the wideness of the cracking, you're gonna see an entirely opened smile from that mouth. You may take a look in that technique every time from now on when you crack open a beer or a soda, canned one, of course. So, based on those examples, MacLeod states that we assign identities and emotions where none exist, and we make the world over in our image. Think of your face as a mask. That's what it is, after all. A mask facing outward, worn from the day you were born, slave to your every mental command, seen by everyone you meet, but never by you, except maybe when you look yourself to a mirror. Open its eyes now. Just think it. The mask will obey. All set? Good. Now smile. Come on, nobody's looking. Good. Now, what changed when you smile? What did you see? Nothing, right? Yet, you know you smile. Not just because you felt your cheeks compress or the crinkling around your eyes. You know you smile because you trusted this mask called your face to respond. But the face you see in your mind is not the same as others see. When two people interact, they usually look directly at one another, seeing their partner's features in vivid detail. This happens to each and every one of us in any sort of conversation that we attend to. Each one also sustains a constant awareness of his or her own face. But this mind picture is not nearly so vivid. Just a sketchy arrangement, a sense of shape, a sense of general placement. Something as simple and as basic as a cartoon. Thus, when you look at a photo or a realistic drawing of a face, you see it as the face of another. But when you enter the world of the cartoon, you see yourself. I believe this is the primary cause of our childhood fascination with cartoons, though other factors such as universal identification, simplicity, and the childlike features of many cartoon characters also play a part. The cartoon is a vacuum into which our identity and awareness are pulled. an empty shell that we inhabit, which enables us to travel in another realm. We don't just observe the cartoon, we become the cartoon. That's why I decided to draw myself in such a simple style. Would you have listened to me if I looked like this? And this is not a rhetorical question. Maybe at the beginning of our next synchronous class, I'll ask you about this particular MacLeod's question over here at the end of page 36. I doubt it. You would have been far too aware of the messenger to fully receive the message. Apart from what little I told you about myself in chapter 1, I'm practically a blank slate. It would never even occur to you to wonder what my politics are, or what I had for lunch, or where I got this silly outfit. I'm just a little voice inside your head, a concept. You give me life by reading this book and by filling up this very iconic or cartoony form. Who I am is irrelevant. I'm just a little piece of you. But if who I am matters less, maybe what I say will matter more. That's the theory, anyway. So far, we've only discussed faces, but the phenomenon of non-visual self-awareness can, to a lesser degree, still apply to our whole bodies. After all, do we need to see our hands to know what they are doing? Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. The best example in which I can give you this theory is when we observe people or ourselves typing a computer. Some people type the computer without even looking to their hands or to their fingers. They look directly to the window or to the screen, better saying, and type it. Some others do what we say in Brazil as the picking up corn or picking up beans technique, translating catando milho or catando feijão. We gotta take a look to the forgot the name of that, Jesus, to the keyboard, to the keyboard, and see the key we have to press just before we press it in order to press it correctly. So it's like catar milho or pick up corn, if you believe that such a thing. So depend on each person and the level of practice that he or she has at some point when needing to type on a computer. There's more too. The late great Marshall McLuhan, very well known and well regarded researcher at communications field, probably you people from marketing or advertisement have heard of him before, observed a similar form of non-visual awareness when people interact with inanimate objects. When driving, for example, we experience much more than our five senses report. The whole car, not just the parts we can see, feel, and hear, is very much on our minds at all times. the vehicle becomes an extension of our body. It absorbs our sense of identity. We become the car. If one car hits another, the driver of the vehicle being struck is much more like to say, hey, he hit me. That then he hit my car, or his car hit my car for that matter. And this is a well-known example for each and every one of you who is now listening to me. If you drive a car, a motorcycle, whatever, any kind of vehicle, and if you have ever got yourself involved into one traffic accident in which you were the victim, you felt like this example here. You probably said to yourself or even out aloud, hey, he hit my side. He has hit my back, not the back of my car. Because if we are involved into the accident as victims, when it takes place, this phenomenon that MacLeod is stating here is exactly what we feel, like an extension, a portion of our own self has been hit. That's why we impulsively say, the other driver has hit me, like almost hit my own body, but he hit the car. This is a very, very classical example, and this takes place even today. I'll open next class asking to you this question. If you have ever felt like that, if you have ever got yourself involved into a traffic accident, and if you felt like this, I bet now that each and everyone who has had that unfortunate event in your lives felt like this. But you will confirm or not to me on our next synchronous class this Friday. Thank you so much for listening to this, and I'll see you in 2 days. Have a blast, guys. Bye bye.